Hello YouTube, this is Harry Fisher and I'm back on YouTube to give a tutorial on how to layer your drum sounds so you will not sound like everyone else. Now, as most of you know, the machine comes loaded with a ton of great stock sounds, snares, kicks, hi-hats, etc. that are really wonderful. But if you just use those sounds on their own without changing them, without layering them, you're going to sound like everybody else, and you don't want that. So how do you distinguish yourself? What you do is you layer the sounds, and then you take that layered sound and keep it for yourself as one of your own private stock sounds. And I'm going to show you how easy it is to do on the machine. And at the end, if you're interested, I do create sounds for other people, custom sounds, and at the end of the video, there's going to be information there on how to contact me, on how to get your hands on some of my custom sounds. So now, how do you do it? In the interest of time, I just loaded in some kick drum sounds and some snare drum sounds in here. I don't think you wanted to see me load them in. Now, well, the first thing you have to do is to create what's called a master-slave relationship. What that means is the master is in control of everything, of all of the sounds, and the slaves work individually. Like, for example, these three are the slave, and this one here is the master. So now it's playing all four. The same over here. These are slaves, then master, which gives you a nice layered sound. So now, I know people have an issue with the master-slave, but this is the technology. These are the terminologies that are used, and we just have to deal with it. If you think of it this way, master means controlled. The slave means reliant on the control in order to work. Hope that makes it clear. So now, once you've loaded your sounds into these banks, now you can have not only 4 sounds. Don't think you're limited to 4. You can have 16 times 8, whatever that is, sounds. As long as you have one that's in control, you can do that, but I just made it simple. Now, after you do that, you're going to go into pad mode, and you have to create a group, a link group. The kick drums here are on group 2, the snares are on group 1, with the master here, the slaves there. You hear all the individual sounds. Now, what I do is, before we get to the next step, what I do is I pan the sounds left and right. Like this one is panned to the left, this sound is panned to the right, left, right. And the reason for that is you don't want all your sounds to be directly on top of one another, because then there's no space. It'll just sound very cluttered. So you pan them left and right to create space. What you can also do is add any effect onto any sound that is here, that is in machine, or some of your custom effects. For example, you hear this sound here without an effect, and now I'm just going to put on this sound that called ice, effect called ice, and it sounds like you're in a cave somewhere. But in the interest of time, I'm just going to take this off. Just keep it simple. Now, you may say, okay, now you got these 4 things here. How's this going to be a custom sound for me? Well, here's your answer. What you're going to do is press the sample mode, and you're going to say external, and you're going to make sure that you're getting sounds in both left and right, which you are. You're going to pick where you want all 4 of these sounds to be. So you're going to pick here. Now the record is the default. You hit start, and then you do this. And you hit stop. Now here's all 4 sounds, and now here are all 4 sounds on one pad. You see that? It sounds the same. Now we're going to do the same for the snare drum. We're going to pick this here. Then we're going to say start. And then you're going to hit this. And then stop. There you go. Now, you may say, okay, that's nice that they're on single pads, but how do I save them? What you can do is you can go right here. Now, machine defaults and saves it to date and time. This means May 1st, 2012 at 5:40 and 10 seconds. This one was created May 1st, 2012 at 3:39 to 48 seconds. This was created. So what you can do here is click in here, change the name, and then you can export it out to any folder or on your desktop or wherever you want, so you can have access to it later. Then you can just go ahead and create. I mean, that, and then once you do that, you can assign effects. You can do whatever you want, and it's treated as one of the sounds that are already in Maschine. If you are like me, you probably have thousands of sounds from different sources, and then you can combine them and mix and match and do whatever you want to do to create your custom sound. I hope this tutorial was helpful for you, and as always, I ask you to subscribe, to comment, and to like my page, not my page, my video. And you know, when you comment, that's a way for us to dialogue, so I can help you, you can help me, and it also lets me know if all my work here is good and it's not in vain. So again, stay tuned for the end of the video. You'll have some information on how to contact me if you're interested in getting your own custom kit or kits, because I have thousands and thousands and thousands of sounds that I can make for you, and then you'll be original, and then you'll be out there, and then everybody will say, where'd you get those sounds? So be blessed and have a wonderful day or evening.